Hello, welcome to my weekly update. This week has been a restful week. I've spent a lot of time resting. I went for a few walks, nothing big. I'm pretty exhausted just from the shortish walk I took yesterday, so I'm just trying to take it easy today. I don't know what I did. Like a couple days ago, I tweaked my back. I don't know if I was sleeping wrong or what, but it feels like I have like bolts of lightning running down my spine. So yeah, I'm just doing my best to take it easy and not aggravate it, because it's so bad when I bend or twist a certain way. It's almost like my whole body will freeze up, and I don't want to be laid out on the floor. So I'm just trying to take it easy, stretch if I can, and just be careful with myself. I've decided this past week that I'm going to be changing up my diet to be more plant-based. I've had a plant-based diet before. I was vegan for I think a year or two for a while, and it was I enjoyed the diet, so I'm going to give it another try, see if I can feel better, maybe get my gut in better alignment, that kind of thing. I've slowly started phasing out a few things, so no more meat. I'm going to finish the eggs that I have, and I'm going to keep on like the cottage cheese and the kefir, but other than that, I'm going to be switching over to plant-based, and then eventually I'll phase out the other dairy items. Although I really do think I need to keep the kefir. So I saw recently that the FDA released a statement about the NDT ban that is, I don't know if I should say it's currently underway or what the deal is there, but to me when I read it, it didn't really sound any different than what they had originally said. There wasn't like a solid yes or no, answer as far as like what we're all going to do with this NDT ban. I did go over to the Thyroid Fixer's YouTube page last night and kind of listened to her talk about it, and what she said really kind of, I think, puts it in perspective, which is that she makes a thyroid glandular supplement, and she has not received a letter stating that she can resume manufacturing that product. So that to me says volumes. And they made it clear, the FDA, that it's being reclassified as biologic, and the procedure, whole protocol for biologics is insanely expensive. So I don't know, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Last week I sent out several letters to, 4 government officials. So if I get a response from any of that, I will definitely be sharing it on here. Another thing I noticed from the FDA this past week was that they said that they're going to be streamlining the approval process for biosimilars. And what they're saying is that you can replace a biologic drug with a biosimilar, and they are relatively the same. But they are taking out the PK and efficacy studies. So they're taking out the 2 studies that make sure that this biosimilar is the same as the biologic, or comparable to that biologic. And they're also taking out the study that shows how our bodies interact with that biosimilar medication. And kind of as I was doing my research on this past week, the only thing I could really think was, why aren't the pharmaceutical companies just being transparent with their clinical trial costs to begin with? With the amount of money and the number of people who depend on those products to survive, I feel like that information should be shared openly. But from what I read, most pharmaceutical companies, they refuse to share that information because they consider it a trade secret. Which just kind of blows my mind. There's so much wrong there. I don't even know where to start. I truly believe that pharmaceutical companies, they need to be sharing the cost of their clinical trials, because it doesn't matter if the approval process is cheaper or not. The amount that we will save on drugs like biosimilars is arbitrary, because the pharmaceutical companies don't necessarily have to be honest about what they're spending, their money on anyway. So I found that really interesting. Yeah, just everything. It really makes you question motives, but I'm not going to get into that. It's so sad, the state of our medical system. Now, as far as what I've got coming up this week, I've got 2 events that I'm attending. I'm attending the Art of Meditation Summit from the Heart Mind Institute, and that will start on Tuesday. Now, I've dropped a link down in the description if you'd like to join me. It is an 8-day free summit. I will also be attending a support group, an open support group from Project Lyme on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've dropped a link down in the description for that as well. And I think that's all I have to update on this week. But thank you for joining me, and I will see you next. Bye.